Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
Don't get caught without your daily source of senior deals. Pick up your copy of the Senior Voice newspaper. It's your source for schedule and events tailored to seniors, with information you need, like a list of free events in the area. We even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company to you that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about them. For more information, call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223. And pick up your copy of the Senior's Voice at most any business up and down the 200 corridor.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Kevin Costner and Modern West take Ocala by storm when they hit the Circle Square Cultural Center stage on Saturday, August 27th. That's right, see award-winning actor and singer-songwriter Kevin Costner up close and personal at the Circle Square Cultural Center. Kevin Costner and Modern West perform a rocking blend of original and famous music. Tickets on sale now. Visit csculturalcenter.com. That's csculturalcenter.com. Or call 352-854-3670.
FlySanford.com. Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better.
Visiting friends and family or just looking for some fun? Book your vacation now to one of their non-stop destinations, including Amsterdam, Brussels, Mexico City, San Juan, as well as over 60 domestic destinations, including New Orleans.
For enjoyable travel, come to Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better. Before you fly, FlySanford.com.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us number one. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
WWWOCA, WWWOCA.
Be sure to tune in to Ocala's longest-running morning radio talk show.
AM Ocala Live from 7 a.m. till noon, weekdays.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Visit the WOCA website at www.woca.com. Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 25 minutes before 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I had a crazy thing happen to me years and years ago, and it's never happened before, and it never happened again. And you're just going to have to take my word for this. I was falling asleep, and I guess in that moment between sleep and awake, I clearly saw a lady who I knew on a payphone. This was back before cell phones. On a payphone, and I knew. I sat up and I knew she was calling me. I knew the phone was going to ring. And when I say I know it, I mean I knew it without a doubt. And then the phone rang, and it was her, and I couldn't believe it. And then this was not somebody I wasn't even related to her. It was just somebody I had. I worked for the state at the time, and I worked for the juvenile detention center, to be specific. And her daughter was incarcerated, and I was in charge of her doing. I wasn't a counselor in that sense, but as legal goes. But that's besides the point. The point is, I saw her calling me, and I thought for a moment that, gosh, for one fleeting moment, I had what it must be like to have extrasensory perception, ESP. Not that I saw the future, but I think I communicated with her somehow mentally. Can you imagine if people could do this? Can you imagine? There is a fascinating look at the possibility of this, especially if it gets into the wrong hands and can be mastered, I guess. Christopher Farnsworth is the author of a book called Killfile. It's a thriller novel, but it is based on this as a real science, a real possibility. Christopher is a panelist at Comic-Con 2016, a journalist, a screenwriter, and a New York Times bestselling author, and it's an honor to say good morning to Christopher Farnsworth on the air. Good morning, Christopher.
Morning. How are you doing?
Pretty good. See, I had, if you could hear me, I hope you could hear me. I had a little, I mean, a fleeting one time, and I wish I could have figured out how to do it all the time.
See, that's, I think, what makes, the novel interesting is that everybody wants to have this idea that they can access some sort of psychic power, some sort of idea that they can access the thoughts of others or access parts of their brain that they haven't used before. Mm-hmm. I think everybody would like to believe that we're all a little bit psychic.
Yeah, but can you imagine? Because I have, you know what earworm is? It's a song that you can't get out of your head. I think a psychic would go nuts around me because I always have these crazy songs going on in my head over and over again.
Well, see, that's the thing is that, my character, John Smith, he can't, it's really not a gift, it's a curse. He can't keep this stuff out. He's always got people's thoughts running through his head. It's like having internet comments and other people's music blaring in your head, plus their aches, their pains, their complaints. It's really not a lot of fun.
So where did the fascination for this topic come from, and how did you decide to weave it into a story?
I've always been fascinated with the idea of the paranormal and the unusual and the strange. I mean, ever since I was a little kid, I spent all my time reading all the wrong books and the wrong parts of the library. So the idea of using a telepath in fiction is something that's always appealed to me. But I didn't really have a story for it until I read this article in Vanity Fair about a guy who'd been arrested and charged by his former employer with stealing intellectual property. And that was really the catalyst for me. It's like, how do you know when somebody has stolen an idea? And how do you know when somebody has the wrong idea in their head?
Yeah.
For me, that's what caused Killfile to take off.
Well, in the opening ceremonies of the Olympics, they were kind of saying that they had invented the airplane, not the Wright brothers. But the interesting thing was that, and there were others. It wasn't just the three of them. There were others. It seems like at that point in time, when the Wright brothers were finally flying, that there were other people approximately the same time. So it's almost like thought on a global scale kind of happens at the same. We awaken mentally at the same time.
It really does seem like we're all sharing the same ideas at the same time. There's just my last books. Look at the vampire craze, or look at the need for zombies. It's like these ideas seem to all sort of colonize people's brains at the same time. Absolutely.
So now you chose to make it into a story, and I know we've only got a few minutes to talk about this. So give us a thumbnail sketch, like a movie trailer version, if you could, of Killfile.
Right. The movie trailer version is basically psychic Jason Bourne versus a psychotic Mark Zuckerberg. Here's a guy who's a former Special Forces soldier who can read minds, who used to work for the CIA's Psychic Soldier Project, and now works for himself and for the 1%, handling the problems of billionaires. And there's this guy who says, "This guy stole my idea. I want you to go and I want you to take it back out of his brain." And the other guy, as it turns out, is willing to kill to keep his secrets and to keep John Smith out of his head.
Oh, wow. So how do you... Okay, so is that a science? Because I know that in the literature that was sent to me, that the... is it DARPA? Am I saying it right? That they actually have been studying this. Can a psychic not only read your mind, but remove, like erase parts of it as well?
Well, that depends on who you talk to. I mean, the United States once spent millions of dollars trying to weaponize ESP. They would actually hire psychics for things. And the CIA had its own psychic project. Now what DARPA is working on, which is sort of the mad scientist wing of the U.S. military, is something called a brain-machine interface that can actually, an implant that can actually interact with the neurons in your brain. And the idea is that it can, either change or alter memories. That it can remove traumatic memories to help soldiers with PTSD. But something like that can also be easily turned into a weapon. Yeah, sure.
And is part of this like a hybrid between biology and technology? Are they putting chips in people's brains?
That's the idea, yeah. Eventually they want to do that. And they have done brain implants that enable, people who are paralyzed to move prosthetic limbs or to work computers. And so now they're working on trying to work on the actual part of your neurons that they can access.
We're so carefree when we're children that sometimes I think that if we removed the negative things in our memories, while that carefree part of us would come back, so would some of the, the foolish things that we did when we were younger. I think a lot of the things that kind of temper us are the not so good things that we've experienced.
Exactly, yeah. We have these experiences, and for better or worse, they make us who we are. And, negative reinforcement is the quickest way to learn. That's why we tend to dwell on, bad stuff. It's a cognitive fault in our heads, but that's because bad stuff is painful and you want to avoid pain.
In a way, an author is a pure example of thought being transmitted, because you are, through your fingers in your word processor or the typewriter in the old days, giving us your thoughts. I mean, everything in this book is your thought.
Yeah. I try to make sure that people don't get the parts of my head that they don't want to spend time. There are definitely some places they don't want to go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure that's true for all of us. So, and wouldn't that be the fear if somebody could actually do this? The thing is this. I mean, there might be some people, like as you're walking through the mall or something, there might be somebody who's picking up on your whatever crazy thoughts you have.
Yeah, especially if you're walking by Victoria's Secret or something.
Yeah, well, those thoughts are excusable. We're allowed to have those thoughts. I have a copy of the book. It is called Killfile by Christopher Farnsworth. If you'd like the hardcover copy that was sent to me, you can call and ask me for it right now, and I'll leave it for you here at the station. The rest of us have to go buy it. Christopher, can you tell us how to do that? And do you have a website?
Yes, my website is chrisfarnsworth.com, and the book is available everywhere: Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or you can pick it up at your local independent bookstore. We will put this video up online and put the web address on with it. Let me ask you something real quick. You are a screenwriter also. Do you have plans to make this into a film? Yeah, we are definitely trying. We're trying to get it out there for TV and for movies, so my agents are working hard on that.
Wow, so that's a challenge in and of itself. I mean, a book being dwindled down to a screenplay. Right. You must have to take your favorite parts or whatever. But I always like the idea that an author is his own screenwriter.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying. I hope maybe it'll turn out that I'm not A-list enough to do my own screenplay. But.
Let me give away the book. Good morning. You've got the book. Who's this?
This is Steve.
Steve, do you know where we are?
Yes, I do.
All right. It'll be waiting for you.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Christopher Farnsworth, thank you so much for being on the air with us today.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Great interview. We will take a break. Be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Mostly cloudy Tuesday with a couple of showers and thunderstorms in the area. The high 84 to 88. Mostly cloudy Tuesday night with another shower or thunderstorm, though 72 to 76. Wednesday, variable cloudiness with a shower and thunderstorm or two in the area. High 88 to 92. Thursday, partly sunny with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon. High 89 to 93. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, my name is Erica Olstein. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and oriental medicine. So, you used to be wired, now you're just tired. You used to be thin, but now you're the heaviest you've ever been. You don't necessarily always have to take a med if your thyroid is playing dead. If you have a thyroid disorder, an acupuncture visit may be in order. Come visit me, your primary care physician, Erica Olstein,